You sit on the edge of the world, and almost everyone is ill. You look at the houses from up on the edge, your roofs sick of the world, which one day manages to blow itself up with the violence of a fruit rotting from within, an overripe berry, a plum plucked too late. The day is a tight suit. You wear it, and it takes you along to crumbly houses, the unbearable whiteness of office buildings. Somewhere in the attic room, a child crawls unwashed beneath the bed daily, as if wanting to match itself against monsters. You write a job description for being yourself, but the days are steadily losing their color, and there's no other on the horizon. You sit on the edge of a world that breaks into thin slits, each of which through color, texture, and length, forms another type of tunnel. The smooth tunnel that leads from the cathedral onward to shop after shop, the grainy tunnel, actually semi-soft, that connects parks to trees, a table, a nest edge, a house. And then in stone, the tunnel that leads out of town where the bus waits and people outdo the hours by smoking, going through phone card after phone card. You can turn everything to your advantage, but what is the point when roof tiles are going through the air like flying handkerchiefs in endless slow motion, and they stop time every third beat, the dome closing every second. With your heart-covered hand, you eat up the books that people throw to you. With a hacked hand, you grasp at every item that approaches me. In the middle of your trip, you met a man who, with one hand in the air and the other in his back pocket, could be a flight line for the future. You can turn everything to your advantage, but the focal point disappeared. Tunnels rounded themselves into a thrusting, vehement, and relentless that only seemed to lead to itself. So on the fringes of all this, you strive for dissipating ideals. The man in the suit spreads his arms. A living flight line spreads his arms. The guard at the tunnel spreads his arms. Your applicant spreads her arms. Your brother empties his pockets and spreads his arms. The book thrower spreads his arms. The child beneath the bed spreads its arms. The forgotten love spreads her arms. Your late cousin on the mantelpiece spreads his arms. The mother in the doorway spreads her arms. A sentinel of time spreads his arms. Your sister kisses her child and spreads her arms. Everyone who is ill spreads his arms. You sit on the edge of the world, and you know there's nothing. I have time. I would like to read the next poem in Dutch first, and then in English afterwards. And it's called The Day That No One Any Longer Dared Celebrate. De dag dat niemand nog durfde te feesten. Volle zon, en toch plots was daar de dag dat niemand nog durfde te feesten. Ochtendlicht schoof over het plein, maar we deden geen terrasjes. We lagen niet in de zon, aten geen taart, droegen geen fluorescerende kleren mee. We flaneerden niet langs palmbomen, droomden niet samen naast de aankomstlijn, joelden niet mee aan de rand van het grasveld, vormden met onze lijven geen parade van kleine overwinningjes. We gingen naar geen enkel concert, namen geen treinen, bleven ver van jaarmarkten, winkelzondagen, schoven in de supermarkt op lamlendige rijen en probeerden ons gezicht te verbergen. We verjaarden zonder feest. We studeerden af, maar zonder feest. Wat zouden we trouwen zonder feest? Zo werd het 1 januari zonder een dronken, uitgevaagde nacht. 1 maart zonder zon, 1 april zonder vis. Zelfs op 1 mei bleven we arbeiden met bestofte gezichten. We verkozen geen nieuwe leiders, warmden geen nieuwe huizen, kleden ons uit in oude straten en verborgen ons onder een afdak van doek. We zetten stenen, roerden mortel en begonnen noest te bouwen. Iets dat moest scheiden, iets dat moest ordenen, iets dat beschermen moest rondom. The day that no one any longer dared celebrate. Full sun, yet suddenly there was the day that no one any longer dared celebrate. Morning light slid over the square, but we didn't do the terraces. We didn't lie in the sun or eat cake. We didn't wear fluorescent clothing, no, we didn't stroll amongst palms, didn't dream together by the finish line, didn't egg on at the edge of the playing field, didn't form a parade of minor victories with our bodies. We went to not a single concert, took no trains, stayed away from fairs, shunned late night shopping, shuffled along in sluggish queues at the supermarket and tried to hide our faces. Birthdays passed without parties. We graduated, but without parties. What should we wed without a party? So New Year's Day dawned without a drunken, wasted night, the 1st of March without sun, the 1st of April without a fool. Even on the 1st of May, we went on working with dusty faces. We elected no new leaders, warmed no new houses, undressed in old streets and sheltered under a canvas canopy. We laid bricks, mixed mortar, and industriously began to build. Something meant to separate, something meant to structure, something meant to seal all round. Thank you.